Good morning. It's Sunday morning down on the farm. I've got to load that wagon up with straw ready for Monday morning. That's my job. And old Frankie over there, Frankenstein, he's got a little problem. We put two new drop links on the drive axle because one of them was a little bit worn, so we replaced both, but we got a distorted airbag on the offside drive, so that's going to have to come in the workshop tomorrow morning and have the airbag changed before it can go to work. But that one's been out Monday to Friday, that one has, with a new driver on it. Graham decided to move on. He's gone back onto tankers. He's doing tramping. He's down in, he goes down to, oh gosh, where is it? Essex. He spends his week down in Essex. So I've had to get a new driver for that one. Nick's still driving the other one. And Kevin's back. We've got him driving this wagon here. He's Santa Claus. He's going all over the place for a local company. I can't say who. You might see him about. A few of you have seen him. But that's the SF11 plate. He's moving parcels about Manchester on Friday and down in Bristol sort of start of the week, and Suffolk, Surrey, he's been all round there picking up and taking to a main distribution site. But yeah, so we picked up a bit of general haulage for that one, so we've managed to get that one moving. I'm at the moment trying to do something with tarmac as an outside contractor. I'm just seeing if I'm just costing it all out and seeing whether we can make any money off of that job, because we have got another Arctic still sitting in the barn. I've mothballed it. I've taken it right off the road, and that's actually parked in the corner of me grain barn. But yeah, so I am now going to go and get the loader out and put the grab on the loader, and I'll do a bit of filming whilst I'm loading up a few old bales. I'll fetch the cattle all back in. They're all in their winter quarters. And they've been in now for, well, about a month now, so they're all happily back tucked up in the warm, you know. And we have got 2 full stacks left and a bit of a stack over there, so I would imagine we're coming up to halfway on delivering of the straw. Well, no, not quite halfway. Yeah, that's all earmarked for the power station, I'm afraid. They've come out, they've counted every single bale of it, so they know exactly what there is here, and it's under contract to them. So before you see this straw and ring me up, can I buy some? Sorry, I can't sell it, it's for the power station, so I'm afraid that's going to have to go there to be burned. Yeah, okay. Right, here we are. I'm in the loader, just 9.5 metre, one for triple boom. I'm just going to put on my Heath grab. I prefer this one for loading the lorries because it pushes them up nice, and it's like having a spirit level, because you use the back of the bucket to get them nice and straight. It's got to look like right when it's commercial, so I'm just going to hop out and put the pipes on. With this teleporter, you have to turn the engine off, turn the ignition on like that, and wriggle your attachment lever to release residual pressure in the hydraulic lines, so you can clip on the auxiliary pipes for the claws on the grab. The new ones have actually fitted them with a switch now to dump the pressure. But this one is 3-year-old, so it's you know, still relies on you releasing the pressure manually. Need me bit of rag.
song, that's been right there. Got Madman Singh gives you Radio 1's greatest hits from 10 o'clock. I've got a couple left. Really like this next artist. This is J Huss, the next single, Boof Daddy.
And the man them go cracking again. And the man them go cracking again. I know one thing for certain. You better keep your eyes peeled, I'm lurking. Cause I know the city and I had the city. And if I put up
I like to keep them lines nice and clean because you can change them. If you have a bit of rag and just wipe them off every single time, stops any contamination in the oil, stops the shit getting in the couplings so they won't clip up properly, and you can change them without sodding gloves all over your hands because they're clean. I've just changed them and my hands, I've got a little bit on me but they're still clean, so you know, always take me a bit of rag and give the ends of them pipes a wipe every time I fit it. So we'll start it up now and see if they all work okay. They normally do. There you go. Right. She's ready to load. I've got to go and get myself a lorry now. I'll drop this up near the silage and I'll go and get the lorry up. Yeah, so far the weather's been dank but reasonably dry, and the yard's not too bad, but it's beginning to get a bit shitty now. I might have to start doing a bit of scraping. Right, I'll leave that there while I go and get the lorry. I'll leave it running so that it's filmed. See the wagon. They both want washing, but I really can't be bothered today, the straw lorries. They're well grubby. The roads are getting a bit shitty now, and they do tend to go down a few tracks as well to load for Eco 2. Yeah. So they do end up going down a fair few farm tracks. Right, I'm going to pop and get the lorry. Right, that's the lorry in place. I haven't had a chat with you for some time now, I must admit. I must admit the summer season was pretty full on and yeah, difficult. I'm afraid that took the bounce out the old tiger's tail a bit, to be honest with you. We was hoping for a damn good year this year, but we got a damn bad one instead. But there you go, we live to fight another day. We just got to make the best of what we got. That's the British thing, isn't it? You know. I must admit, I don't say a lot about Brexit, but I am a supporter of Brexit, but I am not a supporter of giving them in excess of £30 billion. I think that's disgusting. I don't know why we've got to pay them at all. They're bribing them to get access to Europe for British industry, so my big question is, what are they going to pay us for access to the UK market? That's my big question. You know, we've got to pay for them, and they're treating it, they say it's our divorce settlement. Well, who was the one who ruined the relationship? That's what I'd like to ask. You know, the British people have spoken. 1.2 million British people, above and beyond half of us, have decided that we want to come out, and I was one pay through the nose for it. Europe's had over 50 odd years of raping and pillaging the UK industry. They took from us Massey Fergie, Ford, Leyland, and they're the ones I know about. They took many good makes of tractor, away from us. They bought them up, they brought them up, and now what you got? And let's face it, JCB Fast Track, the factory in England, is an assembly plant. We put together the bits from Europe. You know, it's as near as you can get, they say, to a English agricultural tractor. Well, that's a crock of crap. Yeah, the gearbox now is German. The bloody engine is Finnish. The electrics are German. Even the sodding wheels are made in Holland. You know, I just despair. They've let Europe rape and pillage this country for 50 odd years. So we've had enough of it, so we want a divorce from them, but we've got to pay the settlement. How's that work? They're the ones that destroyed our bloody industry and stole it from us. You know, they had two goes at fucking killing us, the Italians and the Germans. You know, they had two goes at killing us and they couldn't do that, so now they're bleeding brought us. You know, and these governments, don't upset them. We need access to their market. Look around you, people. Every other car, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Fiat, Skoda, you know, the list goes on. The machines you use on the farm, 90% of my machines come from Europe. You know, the food you eat, it's cheaper to grow a pound of tomatoes in Spain, put them on a sodding lorry, ship them all the way over here, put them on the shop shelf, and it is to grow them in that field outside the window of your bloody house. Now, if you can't smell a rat, I can. You know, we're the poor relation, mate. They've battered us down for 50 years, now we're leaving. Bloody Theresa May's going to let them kick us in the teeth again. You know, I think she should stop having pops at the most powerful man in the world. Leave him alone, because he could give us a lot of trade in the future. Leave him alone and go and kick bloody whatever her name is, Merkel or whatever her name is, so over in Germany. Go and give her a kicking. Leave Trump alone. Get your eyeball on the bloody ball. Tell them straight. You know, you want trade with our country, we want trade with yours. And I think it would be a very, very fair arrangement if we just traded with each other's country. They would have the better the job, because they need us a lot more than we need them. So why have we got to pay over 30 billion? I know my way of looking at it is a simplistic way of looking at it, but that's all I can see. Nobody's explaining to me. I saw a MP on the news the other day, and it's the first one who stood there and said they need us more than we need them. 80% of German car industry comes into this country. If we blocked our borders and stopped that, the car industry in Germany would fold. You know, they've got issues already because their people are fed up with them letting all the immigrants in. There's only so much you can do. We need foreign labour, but we need trained foreign labour. You know, and the other thing I was thinking, whilst I'm on my soapbox, we've got an academy for football. We're kicking a silly ball around a sodding grass field. Why don't we have an academy for logistics? You know, why after school, 16, why don't we have an academy for logistics where the young people come out of school for their further education to the age of 18, teach them about logistics, you know, enrol them into courses for CPCs and things like that, and get them their provisional licence. You know, we need O licence holders, we need transport managers. You know, that's an A-level grade exam to become a transport manager, because I actually am a transport manager and what I took was equivalent to an A level at school. I was bloody flabbergasted when I managed to pass it, but we need a lot of people in the logistics of this country. You know, don't keep looking abroad for it. Start up an academy, subsidise it from our taxes. Don't give them that 30 bloody billion. Build an academy for logistics. Say, right, keep your sodding drivers, we'll train our own. Yes, it takes time to train, but it's £3,000 to get a young person through a HGV licence. So if we do an academy at the end of their teaching, at the age of 18, put them through their HGV. You know, give them something that they can work with in the future. And if they don't want to drive a sodding lorry and they want to do office work, put them through their transport manager's ticket and everything. Again, it costs about 1,500 quid to become a transport manager. And then if they wanted to work in that side of logistics, they could. It's a big industry. There's a lot of opportunity there for young people, but we always look over it. We look to Europe for the answers for everything. Perhaps we should start looking in Great Britain for the answers to everything. Theresa May, get your teeth in, sort them out, tell them straight. If they want free trade with our country, we've got to have free trade with theirs. And if they turn around and say, well, no, you're going to pay this, you're going to pay that, treble it and tell them they've got to do the same. Because that's what our market's worth to them. There's a lot of people in Europe shitting themselves because they think they might lose their UK trade. You know, you mark my words, you need to pull your head out your backsides and wake up and smell the coffee. Stop trying to make everything so difficult and technical and simplify things. Just tell them straight. They need us more than we need them. You know, so if they want to have a decent relationship in the future, stop telling us what we've got to do and talk to us and sort something out so that we can have a fair trade in the future. And as for the Irish and the border, and they're going to use their veto to block all this, it will be brilliant for this country. As long as the bureaucrats and those greedy little slimy little bloodsuckers stuck on the working class people of this country ain't allowed to suck us dry. You know, mark my words, if she don't sort herself out, she's going to sail us down the river. But other than that, that's my view on it, and I'm not going to talk no more on it. I've wanted to put my view across on my channel for some time. There will be a lot of you who disagree with me, but when we went into Europe, we was a great nation. We had a brilliant agricultural industry. We had manufacturing industries. We have our own tractors. You know, God's sake, Henry Ferguson, mate, be turning in his sodding grave. I don't know whether he is dead, but if he is dead, he'd be turning in his grave what he did with his company. You know, don't go and sell the last remaining tractor that we make to the Europeans. I know it's basically European because of the parts, but at least it's still got JCB stamped on the front. I just really despair with the government of this country. You know, Labour stand there crowing away, you know, having a pop at bloody Conservatives. You know, you want to get together, boys, and sort the job out. Stop picking between each other, you know, and sort the job out. You know, don't forget, last time you were in power, you nearly let the banks of this country, you know, Northern Rock and all that lot. Yeah, don't forget what you did with them, boys. Let them do to us. People's savings and everything, you know. And over fast track, if you want to go down the agricultural route, over fast track, it'd have to be Fen, because that's the next best tractor to fast track. John Deere's are okay, but you know, it's the engineering. It ain't just about the engines, it ain't just about the gearboxes, it's about the design. It's getting that traction down, and I don't think John Deere have got it right, to be quite honest with you. And Massey Fergie and Ford and Case, they're okay, but you know, you try and resell one, it won't stand a resale value against anything else. You know, it ain't just about buying them, it's about selling them when you've finished with them. But there you go, that's my view on Brexit. So now I'm going to get on and load this lorry up and shut up ranting on. But I will upload this, you will see it on there, and you'll think, oh, JWB, he's gone mental. But there you go, that's my view anyway, for what it's worth. But again, as I say, it's just my personal opinion. Right. I have got to put 36 bales on this wagon. A few of you have asked me for a film on the lorries. To be quite honest with you, I haven't been on the lorries for a long time, so I haven't driven one in anger for a while now. I'm just a loader, so when I do, I will film it, but at the moment I've got no intentions on going on the lorries before Christmas. Well, I am actually thinking about I'm going to buy a bulker and see if I can get on as an outside contractor for tarmac. Sort of, if any of the people, YouTube watchers, are watching this, I would very interested. I've got a couple of mates that do it, but I'll be very interested in your opinion of being an outside contractor for tarmac. So if you'd like to put a few comments on my site, I'd be interested in reading them. And I can read them now because I've got my new glasses. Oh, the old legend's had to go and get his eyes tested. I've got reading glasses now, so I can actually read your comments now. And Massey Fergie Rob, I ain't using your mic yet, mate, because it ain't as simple as that with a GoPro. I've got a GoPro Hero 5 Black, and you have to have a special adapter to put a microphone on, and you got to buy it off the eBay or off the internet, which I've done. I've just brought it. It's just been delivered today. But the microphone you gave me has got like a square plug on it, and this adapter thing for the camera, which you've got to have in there, and I can only find one on the market for the GoPro Hero 5, is a round plug, like an earphone plug. So I've got to now buy another microphone because yours won't fit. But I did think I'd just do this bit this morning without a microphone, so that you can spend a bit of time with me. I'll just do that. A bit of elevation. We're on the top lift there. As I've said in the past, we stack our Hestons 9i, but these are 8i with a quadrant on top. These are some quadrants I had left from last year, and I've just put them on top to protect the Hestons. Yeah, straw is very scarce to be at the moment. If you've got straw and you're selling it at the minute, and I don't mean to make the cattle boys cry, but if you ain't getting £100 a tonne for it, you're not getting what it's worth. That's the sort of money you need at the minute for a ton. That's good quality straw. That ain't no old shite. That's good clean straw. £100+ a tonne. There is talk that at some auctions it made 150, but that will be top grade stuff, and that could be just a horsey person buying straw. So I wouldn't say that's a good thermometer for straw, but I have got sort of a few load of quadrants in the barn, but most of them are spoken for with local horsey folk. I don't feel at all guilty with getting that sort of money for my straw, because many years you old straw boys from Wales and that have said to me, right, straw off the field, John, £26 a tonne. And I've said, well, no, it needs to be a bit more than that. And you've turned around and said, I can get it down the road for £26 a tonne, take it or leave it. And the last time I did straw for cattle people, the last year I done it, you buggers cost me £24,000 a loss on my year because you wouldn't take the litter straw. Well, and I don't mean to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I don't think it's going to be much different in the future. So if you're thinking about putting a slatted floor in your barns so you don't have to buy straw, I would say that's a very shrewd move. So I don't think the price is going to change in the near future. But to be quite honest with you, I'm locked into a contract and I'm not getting nowhere near what I could get to sell it to the cattle boys, but there ain't nothing about doing with that because I signed a contract with power stations and I'll stick by that contract. You can all think I'm a fool if you like, but when the sun sets and I lay in my bed, I'll be able to get a good night's sleep because my conscience will be clear. And I'll be done what I said I was going to do. It's, no. It's a brave new world coming up. Some will stand, some will fall. You just got to be diversified, I think, to survive. You've got to have a go at everything. I do think it'll be good for vegetable growing in this country, to be honest with you. Because the old Europeans are going to skin us alive when we come out. Prices are going to go skyward, so anybody who's got an acre of glass anywhere or something like that, I think you're going to make some good money. You just got to find the people to work it, that's all. I think we should still let in European workers. But we don't need chaff, we need trained people, we need doctors, nurses, plumbers, bricklayers, lorry drivers, you know. If they're going to come, make a life here for themselves, bring their families, make a life for themselves, and they've got a trade, I think we should let them in. I really do. But people coming over here to fill their pockets and build themselves a nice little house back in Romania and with a shop underneath it, or build themselves a farm and buy up farmland cheap, you know, people who are going to do that, we don't want them because they're just going to take from our country and take it home with them. We just don't want them, we don't need them. We want people who are going to invest their lives into the country. This is getting a little bit too political for me. I think I might get a fair few comments on this because last time I bitched about something was the class and I actually got a lot of comments on that. I could do with a little bit of controversy actually because I'm getting a little bit bored in the evenings, and I'll sit there in my chair watching telly and it's getting a bit boring, so if I got my laptop out, could have a bit of a debate, people, yeah? I've given my opinion, you want to give yours now? Like I said, Fed's a good tractor, but the people that make it, they're not very honourable people. To be honest with you, if I wasn't a contractor and needed the reliability and the fuel consumption, if I had the choice between a Fendt and a Ford, I might actually buy a Ford. If that was the only choice I've got. If it was a British Ford, though, it's got to be a British Ford. You know, if it was a British Ford made in Dagenham, I might actually buy a Ford. But at this rate, I don't know, what tractors do the Americans make? I rate the Americans, I think they're a bloody good country. I think Donald Trump's the best president they've had for many years. Many, many years. He's caused so much controversy. They want to stop moaning about and enhance him and help him. because I reckon he would turn that country round. He's fighting to get the industry back into America, buy American product, you know, but all they can see is the Russian thing. All everybody keeps bitching about is a Russian thing. But he wants American people to have American jobs, you know. I can't see the harm in that, you know. You're going to crack a few eggs to make an omelette. You know, there's a few people that are not going to be very happy about him wanting to pop a wall up between Mexico and America. But like they're saying, oh, where are you going to get the bricks for it and everything? Well, a wall don't have to be bricks, does it? It can be a wall of technology. It don't have to be a wall at all. It can be a wall you can't even see. Well, I admire him for it, I do. I think if you need the labour, then let it in. But let in people who are going to contribute towards the society. Don't let in people who are just going to fill their pockets and run back home with it. You know, be a bit patriotic. I'd vote for Donald Trump. With what he's done so far, I'd vote for him. He tried when he was doing his election promises. When he came into power, he tried putting them into place. And he just threw him in there like throwing his bloody hat in a ring. And he should have been a little bit more subtle. I wouldn't say Donald Trump's very subtle, but what I've always said about Donald Trump, he's a very, very rich man. A very rich man. He's got a beautiful wife. He's got a lovely family. So, he's got a lot of power. He's got his businesses. What on earth would he want to put himself through all this for? You know, why would he want to become president of the United States? He's got everything a man could want. You'll say power, but he's got power. He's got all the power a man could want. You know, he don't need to be the president of the United States. He don't need the hassle. He really don't. But he done it, and the only reason I can see why he did that was because he loves his country, and he wants to make his country great again, like it used to be. That's the only reason I can see for him wanting to be president. Because to be quite honest with you, in real honesty, real honesty, would you put yourself through all that shit if you was Donald Trump? I'd be happy playing with whatever I could buy. You know, he could buy anything in the world, he could have anything he wanted. He had his own bloody airliner to scoot around in, you know. He didn't need Air Force One, he got one of his own, you know. The only reason I can see for him wanting that bloody job is to make his country great again. And he talks about industry, he talks about coal, he talks about things that are sort of pinning his country down, you know. And everybody slates him for it. But I think they're a great nation, the Americans. I'd much rather be mates with them than I would with bloody Angela Merkel, whatever her bloody name is. I've always said, right, this is how simple JWB gets. I've always said the Eurovision Song Contest is a good thermometer of how people like us in the world. I ain't bothered watching it for about the last 10 times because they all hate us. They don't like us. They only want us there for the money that we produce and put into them. They only want us there to put somewhere to send their product that they make. We will never ever. You could reform the Beatles and send them to the Eurovision Song Contest. We still wouldn't win because they don't like us. They never have and they never will. it's a party of political broadcast for JWB. But no, I've had this on my mind for some time. I've been thinking about this, you know, and it beggars belief what this government's thinking about giving to Europeans as a divorce settlement. To be quite honest with you, we're the ones that have had our country raped and pillaged by Europe. We're the ones that have been aggrieved, not Europe. All they've ever done from Britain is take from us. So if we're paying settlement figures, perhaps they ought to be giving us 30 billion for what they've done to our countries, our industries and our young people. I must admit, I think this is going to cause a lot of shit for me. If I upload this, I might have to sort of trim this a little bit. But I want jobs for young people, like Jamie down in the West Country. I want him to do what he wants to do, and his passion is to do farming. People like him should be totally supported. We used to have things like agricultural smallholdings for him, but they broke them all up. Like my old boy, he's decided he would like an agricultural smallholding for himself, so that he could get started alongside me. So he's got his own income and his own business besides working with mine. Now I admire him for it. It's a shame that young people can't get into farming. I wish there was a way that we could do something with that.